All light. Welcome, everyone. We are going live today. We got a special guest on, and here today we're here to promote and help get the information out that we got Light It Up Expo coming up actually pretty
Let's
quickly here.
go.
So got Trevor
Light it
Maddox.
up.
Trevor, thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, thank you. Excited to be here, Ryan. It's awesome.
So this is the first one we've done like this. So what we've got is a couple of things going on. Trevor Maddox is with Motion Ops, and it's a CRM solution. I'll let him kind of explain it, but he has decided to be part of Light It Up Expo. So we've got a nice lineup of vendors coming together, and we're like, hey, you know what? What we should do is rather than wait for everyone to find out who the vendors are and why they should be there, like let's start doing that. So I'm excited to have you on here. You and a lot of the other vendors have also volunteered. We're going to be doing a raffle, guys. So anyone who gets their ticket this month, we've got our early bird pricing, so you're not going to get a lower price. And then now these vendors are stepping up and like, hey, what can we do to help? And what can we do to give away some things? So we're going to be doing a raffle for anyone who gets a ticket this month to Light It Up Expo will be automatically entered into a raffle. So we'll talk about some of those things. But Trevor, maybe just do a quick introduction of who you are and what Motion Ops is.
Of course. Yeah. Thanks so much for having us, Ryan. So, yeah, guys, my name's Trevor Maddox. I'm founder and CEO of Motion Ops. For context, we are an all-in-one solution for anyone working in the home services, home improvement industry to basically run their whole business. So we do CRM management, we do invoices, proposals, scheduling, invoicing, payments, credit card, ACH. Basically, it's just all in one. You know, there's a back office view, mobile app view to go run your business. And so pretty fun, pretty exciting things. My background for context, I built this because I had and still have, a handyman remodeling company, has operations in a few states. We were trying to go run off of the stuff that was existing in the marketplace. None of it actually worked. And so no one was building what was needed. And so we just built it. And now we're actively selling it to a bunch of other companies and other industries and everything else. And yeah, for context, we actually have a bunch of different lighting companies using our software already. Ryan and I are buddies, and he let us know about this event. And I was like, that'd be a home run for us to go. We've already been inviting other people to come too, Ryan. So we're very excited for Light It Up. So
Light It Up's going to be sweet, guys. And, I love to see other people excited about it. And
yeah,
what we're trying to do is we're trying to really build this industry and help build people's businesses. So when we look for vendors, it's not like, okay, who has money? Like who can just blow money? Like, no, like we're trying to add value to the contractors, to the designers, to the people that are, trying to build their own family legacy. And so you look at like, okay, we're going to need obviously lighting manufacturers, but we're going to need service providers. Like it's not just about what lights you're going to use and how you're going to use them. It's also about like how you're going to grow your business. And when I met you, I was like, wait a minute, this is amazing because when I started my lighting business, dude, we didn't have a CRM. We had QuickBooks. Okay. And we had that for like forever. Yeah. And you hear CRM and you're like, customer relationship management. Well, I don't even know what that means. Like, just don't listen. Now we're at a spot where business owners are starting to become more sophisticated. They're understanding automation. They're understanding these things. And they really see the need for like, it's impossible to run a business now without a CRM. And then the challenge is like, well, which one do you choose? Because there's some big boys out there in the CRM space, and they're great for like enterprise, corporate level things, but there's not a lot of options for someone who's just like a smaller, like 1-2 man show that wants to scale to a 10 person or a 15 person, a 20 person team. But I feel like when I met you, I'm like, dude, this is going to be sweet. So I'm excited that you guys are excited to be there.
Yeah, I agree 100% with what you're saying, Ryan. I think some of our unique aspects of our company is I actually ran a business in the space and still run a business in the space. So I understand very closely what business owners and operators need. You brought up a very interesting dynamic that's happening right now in the trades. So the analogy I like to use a lot is if you think back, I don't know how long ago it is now, man, I'm getting old, maybe like 10 years ago, 15 years ago when smartphones first started coming out, right? Everyone's like, oh man, like I love my flip phone. I don't know if I could ever use that new smartphone thing, right? And then like, you're like, oh, maybe I do it, maybe I don't. Finally, you get it. And then you're like addicted and you can't stop using it because you love it so much. And now everyone kind of looks at everyone like they're crazy if they still have a flip phone.
Yeah.
That's kind of what's going on with home services. I mean, I was with you when we started our business. our CRM for like the first year and a half was Stripe, you know, and I like look back on that. And then we migrated other things, and like we broke like 3 or 4 softwares. And so anyways, Motion Ops is on the cutting edge, guys. It's new, it's exciting, it's fun. There's an issue that you're going to run into when you look at different CRMs as far as different options. You kind of articulated it well. You've got these very high-end enterprise solutions that are honestly like crazy expensive how much they charge. And it's almost too much because it's like so much. It takes like 8 months to implement some of these. And then you got some off the shelf that are quick and easy to use. And you might be able to use it if you have like 2 people, 3 people, but there's actually a breaking point. And usually it's around like 6 to 9 people where people realize it stops scaling. And you're like we literally see this with business owners. Like I had to stop hiring because my CRM couldn't take me past that, which is wild to me that like people even have to revert to that.
Right.
So our solution is simple and easy enough where we can take a company that has like 2 or 3 people and grow with them. Right now, we can take them up to 20, 30, even 50, and even 100 people. We're releasing some features now, or by the end of the year, I think we can help them go scale to a few thousand. And so it's really awesome and exciting that we're able to be basically a tool for business owners to go grow and scale their business. And they don't have this excuse of, hey, my software can't keep up with me anymore, because we keep up with them. We see all of our clients as partners. And so as partners, we're incentivized to help them grow, right? Because as they grow, then they need to spend more money with us as they grow. And it's a virtuous cycle, right? So
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, and like anyone that's been around me longer than like 10 minutes knows that I'm like the pricing king. Like I'm always like, raise your prices. And
I love it.
then you can afford to like invest in systems and stuff like that. But the challenge with that, like if you're brand new and you don't have confidence and you don't have a brand and you're just not going to listen to my advice, you just don't have money to implement a CRM. And so one of the things I like about you guys is like, you're not greedy. You're not like, okay, start, you're going to pay us $600 a month and then whatever. Like you really grow with the company. So like, honestly, you've eliminated any excuse for anyone to be like, let me think about it. Like it's such an affordable price. It's easy for anyone to get started. And then, of course they'll pay more as they grow, but that's just as they add users. And every time you add a team member, that should be a sign that you're making more money. So I love that.
Yeah. And we try to make it accessible for everyone, right? We want the guy with one person to be able to afford it, right? And then the company with 100 people to be able to afford it as well. And so we've strategically mapped out kind of what everyone else is charging and what we feel is affordable for the phase of the business. And we've tried to make it so, like you said, price is never really the obstacle. It's really like, hey, do I like these guys? Do I like where they're going? A lot of things that our clients really like is with a lot of softwares, you could hop on board and it's like you're lucky to have them release 1 or 2 new features per year, right? And what happens is it stagnates. And so your business kind of stagnates too, because you're not getting new tools to help grow your business. We're on a complete opposite track. And this is why people love us. We're literally releasing, anywhere from 3 to 5 new features per month right now. Right.
Nice.
And so as we release those new features, all of our, clients, and we call them partners, they all have more tools to go grow their business. Like we just released a Spanish translation of the app, which is huge, right? Because a lot of the workforce, they want to see it in Spanish. It helps make adoption go through the roof. And because more people are using it, it allows a business to be more efficient. And there's a bunch more that we're doing, but that's just like one of many. Like we'll have checklists out here by the end of the month, which that's pretty exciting. Like checklists, that's where you can assign a checklist of things for your guys to do when they're out on a project. That way you can have a more systematic approach to your production. Same thing too, you can even have checklists with your sales presentations. And so just super, super powerful to help systematize yourself as a company. And so, and that's just scratching the surface. We keep releasing new features. And so, one is like, hey, do I like this company? Do I want to work with them? Okay, I like where they're at right now, but then it's like, where are they going to go? Because the last thing you want to do is hop on board with the software that's kind of just mailed it in and not really developing anything. You want to be at the company that's hungry and growing because you can grow with them. So
do you still have your handyman businesses?
Yeah, I do.
That's cool. I think
I'm mostly focused over here, but we still do have, that it's cranking, it's rolling, it's established. We got good leadership and everything else. So yeah.
Well, I'm a little bit envious of it because I literally like every week I'm like, man, I kind of want a landscape lighting business again. And it's like kind of, but then not, it just depends on the day. But I'm like, it would be cool to be able to test things with that active business. So what's nice is you have you're focused on motion ops, but you're like, hey, let's throw this out of this business
Oh
and
yeah.
see what sticks, what doesn't work. And so you have like faster feedback than most, I think.
Oh
Because
yeah.
what's nice is if you get in with a company like yours early on, like in like 10 years, I probably won't even be able to get a hold of you, Trevor, because you're just gonna be like private jetting and stuff like that. But right now, like I can just call you and I can be like, hey, why don't you add this? And you're like, okay, we'll add it to our list. We'll have it done in 2 months. That's
We do
killer.
that constantly. We do that constantly. And I mean, there is some truth to it. I don't know if we'll ever get that big, Ryan,
Well,
but
that's just normally what happens. Like it could happen.
there's truth. There's truth to that. Meaning, as we scale, it might be harder to get a direct line to me. But one of the core things that we're very big on, and I'm going to figure out a way where systematically, even as we do scale, to at least have degrees of this and have a system built around this. But we're very big about our customer feedback, right? Because it's like the worst thing you want to do as a software company is build in a vacuum where it's like you build a feature and hopefully everyone loves it. And if they do, great. If they don't, then whatever, right? And unfortunately, I feel like a lot of software companies do that. We're very, very involved in the fact that like literally every week in our meetings, we discuss all the features that our customers are requesting, and we calculate how many companies are requesting it and also how big of a priority it is. Does that make sense? And so if we get enough requests for features, it goes from here on the list up to number one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it gets built a lot faster. I would like to think at least that the priority that we have on our features is very accurate with what the market's asking for right now, just because of the way that we handle that feedback and everything else. And with time, we just want to make that better. And so, yeah, we are very active listeners and very active implementers, but it's not just the build part, it's actually the implementation. So once a product goes live, we're actually waiting for people to come back and say, hey, you guys built it and this is good, but this little piece right here, it needs to be better. And we want to hear that piece because, like if we have a feature that's like 80% of the way done, we want to figure out how to get it to like 100% where people like not only like it, but they love it. Does that make sense? And so,
Yeah.
anyway.
I love that. You can tell like when you're using a software or any product that it was designed by an engineer who's actually never done the thing.
Yeah.
Is it like solves a problem that doesn't exist yet?
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I can tell like someone brilliant did this, but
Yep.
this is stupid. Like this is not what's going to solve the immediate problem. So I love the approach. That's cool.
Yep.
Well, guys, we got Light It Up Expo. It's coming up. A lot of people are going to wait, and this is just normal, right? So the reason why we're pushing this hard now is because if anyone's ever done an event or knows behind the scenes, you commit. Like we have to commit to the hotel rooms, and we have like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line, right? And so what we do to help mitigate that risk and to get people to sign up is give discounts and stuff like that. We're trying to do our early bird pricing. And it's the end of the year, guys. I know everyone just made a shit ton of money if you're in the lighting business. So you need to kind of like write off some of that stuff. So get your ticket now. Not just, your ticket for Light Up Expo right now, the early bird is $500. So that's hardly anything, but you'll have hotel and you have flights. So book that stuff too for the write-off. And then we're doing some raffle stuff. What are you guys doing for motion ops?
Yeah, we're fired up about this, Ryan. It's probably the biggest thing that we could think of for a raffle. We're like, should we do like Amazon gift cards? Everyone's going to do that. So, we feel like the thing we can do that can add the most value and really deliver impact for the group. So we're actually going to raffle off 80% off of your first year of service.
What?
Ops. Yeah, which I think your team's like, well, what could this be? And I'm like, well, it does kind of depend as far as like what package you want, what like how big your company is, but it could be in the ballpark of like, $2,000, $5,000, just depending on how many people you've got, how big of an org you've got. And so anyway, yeah.
So one user, okay, it's the dollar value is going to be smaller, but it's still 80%.
Yeah. 80%
wins.
It's bigger than anything we've ever done. And we want to do it for the event. We want to get hype around the event. And, obviously maybe
That's
we
killer.
make a business blow up because they hop on to the 80% off. Like, I could afford that. And just blow up and go double in revenue. We love that. And we've already been helping companies like double and triple in revenue with our software already. So we love more success stories. So,
dude, I love that. Well, so do you want me to, because it's just a random raffle, but do you want me to draw a company that has like 100 users or one user?
Yeah, it's funny, dude.
That's how people think. They're like, of
totally
course,
not random.
It's going to be the one with one user or whatever. It's going to be totally random, guys.
I've
And
got total confidence it's gonna be totally random, Ryan. Total
yeah,
confidence.
my company wins. Oh, landscape lighting secrets. Okay. Well, I also forgot that we are donating something to the raffle prize,
Oh,
and
let's go. What
you
do we
just
got?
made me look small. I got to like up my game or
What do we
something.
got,
So
man? What do we
we're
got?
giving away well, this is how I'm going to one up you because ours is no purchase necessary. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you have to buy your ticket to Light It Up Expo, but I'm going to give away free 6-month membership to Lighting Academy. It's a $600 value. Doesn't matter if
Okay.
you're one or a
That's
two-man show or, but free 6 months. So if you're on the fence about, I kind of want to get into Lighting Academy, well, this is your chance to potentially get it for free. So maybe not the same value. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less. We'll have to see who wins the motion ops.
Yeah, I love it, man. Well, I think I got more value, but yours is pretty cool too. So
So, all right. Is there anything else we need to cover? It's coming up, guys. But again, like a lot of people wait. I already know most people wait till February. That's when the event is, end of February. Oh, it's in Orlando. Okay. And a couple of things I do need to go over. One, it's in Orlando. So bring your family, hang out before, after. I'm actually bringing my wife and kids, and we're doing Universal Studios after. So that's like, you got to combine work, you got to combine family and stuff. It's just a perfect excuse. And Trevor's in Utah too. It's going to be freaking cold. We're going to go to nice sunny Florida.
When I saw the event, I was stoked. I like end of January, beginning of February, like that time of year, I got to get out. So I saw that. I was like, yeah, it's time to get out of Utah. So
exactly. So if you're in any northern states, just go. Even if you don't want to go to the event, we'll see you in Orlando. And another couple reminders, we're part of, you'll see a home service workshop and stuff like that. A quick explainer on that. We partnered with them for a couple reasons, but it's basically bringing together 4 or 5 shows into one. So what's nice is from a vendor standpoint, like you're going to get exposure to other shows as well. And people are like, they don't even know about lighting and they're going to see lighting, or they don't even know about your CRM. They're going to see it. And from a attendee standpoint, you could same thing. If you're like, hey, I don't know, I kind of want to go to Light Up Expo, but I want to go to Sales Boost, or I want to bring my admin, my office manager to go get trained at the $1 Million Admin Academy. You can sign up and go to different shows. So that's why we partnered up with them.
What other shows are going to be there, Ryan? I'm just curious for myself.
Yeah, so Sales Boost, really cool event. I spoke there last year. I'm speaking again this year, and it's
on selling, right?
All focused on sales. They're all home service companies there, and so they have people there that are doing tens of millions of dollars speaking from the stage. I'm like the tiny guy that's like, how did I get here? It's just a great event. They have some breakouts, workshops, speakers, things like that. There's $1 Million Admin Academy, which is phenomenal because a lot of people, I tell them, like, you need to hire an office manager to run your CRM, to like do follow up, to answer your phone, all this stuff, right? And they're like, well, what would I have them do? And I don't know how to train them. So what you do is you bring them to $1 Million Admin Academy, and they do the training for you. They get you set up for success.
Awesome.
Then there's another one called Responsicon, and that's put on by Responsibid, another software, and they're all about automation. So they help with like the bidding process and putting bundles together and just tons of automation. So their conference is all about these hacking rooms, which are, sometimes you go to conferences and you're like, that's really good info, but when am I going to implement that? They're like king of implementation. So you can go to like a hacking room and like actually film your videos that you're going to send out to clients, or write your email automations, or there's a bunch of different breakouts. So really cool shows where if you have a team, you could like, divide and conquer and say, hey, I'm going to go to Light It Up. I'm going to send you to Sales Boost. I'm going to send you over to here. So it's a really cool concept.
It's awesome. I love it.
And then in terms of Light It Up Expo, guys, I mean, we've never done this. So we're bringing together the landscape lighting industry, the permanent lighting industry, and the holiday lighting industry. So the idea here is we're going to have speakers, we're going to have breakouts, panel discussions, but the big thing is, and the vendor hall, I mean, again, we're bringing together like specific vendors that are going to help you guys grow your business. These are like the absolute must. Like if you're not doing these, you can't expect to double your profits. Like I promise, like you have to have these things in place. But then like, let's say you're a permanent lighting business and you're like, man, I kind of want to bolt on landscape lighting because I need to stay busy year round. Well, then you're going to want to attend the landscape lighting breakout. Or maybe you already do landscape lighting, but you want to bolt on holiday lighting, then you would attend the holiday lighting breakout. Or, let's say you're a landscape lighting company and the permanent things new, you can attend the permanent lighting breakout. So I'm excited, man. It's something that the industry's needed for a long time. No one's ever brought these together. They're all kind of fragmented throughout the US. And it's going to be an epic show. The networking, there's guys that are going to be there doing $2 million a year just in holiday lighting in like 3 months. So to be able to rub shoulders with them and pick their brain and be like, how the F do you do that? It's going to be cool.
Yeah, I'm fired up. So this is, I mean, you obviously know the space way better than I do, Ryan. This is, as far as you know, the very first of its kind in the lighting industry. Is that correct?
Without a doubt. Yeah. So
it's amazing, dude. I'm fired up for this.
It's going to be phenomenal. I'll break it down. So in the landscape lighting world, there are like there's an AOLP. Okay. They have their annual conference and it brings together landscape lighting people, but they're not holiday lighting and permanent lighting focused. Right. And then you go to like the holiday lighting world, there's a bunch of different groups and manufacturers that put on trainings and there's value for sure, like in all of them. But again, you kind of have to be like partnered with that manufacturer, And the permanent lighting is so new, they don't really have anything like that. You get training from that specific one. So there's never been a trade show that brings all of them together. And this is it, man. This is going to be the future of anything outdoor lighting.
The thing that I love about the lighting industry in general, Ryan, is it just seems like it's a young, fresh space. There's still a lot of untapped opportunity. You get into some of the other trades, I feel like there's already some behemoths, and I feel like, we're still waiting to see who the behemoths in the space are going to be. So I'm pretty excited about it, man. So
true. I mean, if you ask someone who's been in the lighting industry 30 years, they're like, man, it's already too crowded, whatever. But like you said, all you have to do is go to a trade show from any other industry and you realize, wow, man, we got a ton of runway in front of us. Yep. Anyone who's in or getting into the landscape lighting, outdoor lighting, permanent lighting, Christmas lighting, we got 10, 15 years of just amazing opportunity. It's going to be to the point where some of those behemoths expose themselves and all of a sudden we're going to get the first 10 million, 20 million, $50 million lighting company.
I want to start seeing that.
Private equity is going to come in. It's going to happen. I mean, it happens in all these other industries. We're just not there yet.
Well, I'm excited, man. It'll be fun to see, fun to watch. And I'm stoked about the event. So I'm glad that, we were able to connect and chat about it. I'm super stoked that we're presenting and that we'll be one of the vendors there. So,
okay, guys, we'll check out Motion Ops. And if you have any questions, reach out to me, reach out to Trevor. But if you want to get entered to win that raffle, get your ticket now, guys. I'm telling you, don't wait. Don't make me do these video reminders reminding you to get your ticket. We want to see you guys in Orlando.
Off, guys, Motion Ops, 80% off.
That's
landscape
huge.
Lighting secrets for free, 6 months.
Not secrets, not landscape lighting secrets.
What is it?
Lighting Academy. So
Lighting Academy. My bad. Lighting Academy.
Lighting Academy. You guys can check it out. Lightingacademy.net. It's our program to help people get started in the industry, teaches you to design and install. But now secrets is way more than that, dog.
My bad.
Someone's gonna be like, no, you said you're giving it away. So maybe I will. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We still got time. So all right. Well, Trevor, I really appreciate you, man. Looking forward to seeing you in Orlando. I'm sure we'll hang out before then, but thanks for being part of the event.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
All right. See you all in Orlando.